I remember her exact words about Martin was, she said, he's not funny at all. He needs to find something else to do.
Wow.
I wonder how many times has she chewed on that statement.
We had Pierre, he does our show, and we did a one-on-one interview with him. And he told us a story about how Martin ends up blowing up. And then Pierre, I think, ran into Martin, and Martin said, yo, just holler at me when you get to LA. And I believe Martin did try to Pierre tried to holler at Martin, and Martin kind of like curved him a bit. Is that typical in the game?
I don't know. But I tell you what, speaking of TV shows, I got picked for a television show. So it was on BET. Again, at that time, there was no cable in Washington, D.C. And this guy named Stu Perkins, he was a producer, young guy, TV producer. He goes, yeah, man, why don't you be on my show? Gave me his card. He said, I'm with BET. I'm like, what's that? He goes, Black Entertainment Television. I remember laughing. But anyway, gave him my card, didn't think nothing about it, blah, blah, blah. The next day, because by then, I done got into comedy. I had stopped working in a dental surgical office and everything. Now, I need a job where I can go when I want to go. I was a bike messenger. And to keep you in shape at the same time. And you make good money. So I remember my dispatcher called me and said, you got an emergency phone call, get a landline, call your wife. It's emergency. I call her. She said, oh, my God. She said, BET call. And I'm like, I said, yeah, he called the house, left a message or something? She said, BET call. I'm like, yeah, I met the dude last night. Talking about he was with some Black Entertainment Television. She said, yeah, Tony, that's a thing. I'm like, for real? Like that? And then that was a live TV show. It was a game show called Tell Me Something Good. And it was me and Chris Thomas, Greg Poole, Butch Burns, Michelle Wright. She's a radio personality. And the woman who hosted it, oh my God, wow, I can't remember her name right now. Ooh, I'm sorry. But she was the host of it, and people would actually call in.
It wasn't Downtown Julia Brown.
No, her name was Julia Rogers. Whew, thank you, bro. Yeah, her name was Julie Rogers. And so the show was good, right? The first one we did, went in there, that's when the studio was like right outside DC in Arlington, Virginia. Did the show, and by the time I got back home, dude, phone had blew up because all my family down south and wherever else where they had cable television and watched BET on a regular, they was like, oh, shucks. Even my father's side of the family called me. So I was like, wow, overnight famous. And but sometimes because of that show got popular and gigs and stuff started to pop up. And that's when I suggested using Martin and I suggested using Pierre. And I never forget one of the producers at that time, her name was, I think it's Cindy McMahon, right? And she liked Pierre. Pierre did a couple of times when I couldn't do it. And I remember her exact words about Martin was, she said, he's not funny at all. He needs to find something else to do.
Wow.
I wonder how many times has she chewed on that statement. Cause she was the
executive.
Yeah, she was the boss. Yeah, and I remember she said it. Yeah.
What was your thoughts when she said that?
I was like, she don't know what she's talking about. But I had just got out the military, so I was used to people with a lot of rank saying dumb shit. So I was cool with it. I'm like, I'm like, cause at the comedy club he was killing, man. He was killing.
So you weren't surprised when you saw him start just?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. But I was surprised when she said, she was adamant about it. He is not funny at all. He needs to find something else to do. Don't send him back to replace you. I said, all right. But I knew how funny he was, and I was like, okay.
What do you think she found that wasn't funny about him?
I do not know. I was not there. I don't know.
Okay.
I tell you, I was in the military, man. You know what I'm saying? This is on a need-to-know basis. I ain't saying nothing. She had this much rank, I had that much rank. And she said some stupid shit, and I said, okay, whatever you say, man.
He went on to be one of our greats.
Yeah.